Osama bin Laden has been dead now more than a year, but Americans still do not feel completely safe. We are still in a war on terror, and we understand that there are grave problems facing the United States in terms of safety. President Obama was in Afghanistan this week making arrangements to continue to pull troops out, and the focus on the anniversary of the death of bin Laden once again raises the issue of safety and concern about our presence.
Where do we find security? I think that's what keeps coming to mind, because if it's not bin Laden, it seems then there's another threat. It's another problem. It's another issue. And so we still don't feel secure. And so we're still faced in some ways with the same problems.
The fact that we have been in a war on terror for more than a decade now in the United States and in other Western nations has really begun to sap the energies, the attention, the focus of so much of the world on this matter. But when we bring it back down to a personal level, I think that there is a lesson that every one of us needs to learn, because God has allowed this to take place, and yet in the midst of this there is teaching from the Scriptures that show us that where our true safety does lie. In John chapter 10 and in verse 9, Jesus Christ said, "I am the door. If anyone enters by me, he will be saved and will go in and out and find pasture." In this passage where Christ is portrayed as the good shepherd watching over his flock and his people, he is pictured as the door, in a sense, over a house by which people go in and go out and are saved. And I think there's an application, Steve, for this to be understood from a matter of personal safety, and that for a nation as well.
Well, I think as you even look at the little illustration we have, there are no bars on the doors or the windows or anything like that. With God's way, you can go in and out. There is peace. There is security. You wouldn't be able to do that if it was dangerous, if there was terrorists out there that would threaten your existence. And so with God and a personal relationship with God, John is showing there that we can have safety, we can have security, and in Christ's teaching, he's saying that he's the way to that security.
I think one of the biggest lessons that any of us can learn as we look at what is taking place on the larger scale with the war on terror is that from a personal perspective, true safety begins, at least at that level, in a relationship with God in Jesus Christ, and understanding our lives are in His hands. When we begin with that, then we can understand where true safety lies and at least begin to have a peace of mind, even as we are vigilant and as we are watchful and careful in our own personal lives and as a people.
That's BT Daily. We'll see you next time.